A newly released report prepared by an aid agency shows that the 7 richest Africans have more wealth than the poorest half of the population on the continent. The report by Oxfam, which examined wealth inequality on the continent, also found that South Africa was the most unequal country in the world. Here's CGTN's Wilkista Nyabwa with the details.
The report, titled Inequality Inc., found that since 2020, the richest 5 men in the world had doubled their fortunes. During the same period, almost 5 billion people globally had become poorer. Based on the data from the UBS Global Wealth Report 2023, Oxfam calculated that the 7 richest Africans, who collectively own $52 billion, had more wealth than the poorest half of the continent's population, who collectively owned $49.6 billion in 2022. South Africa was deemed the most unequal country in the world. The combined wealth of the Southern African countries' billionaires had increased by a third since 2020, while the bottom 99% became poorer. The country's 4 richest billionaires had as much wealth as the bottom 60% of the population. In Kenya, the richest 125 people had more than double the wealth as the bottom half, or 27 million people. Experts predict that if the current trends continue, the world will have its first trillionaire within a decade, but poverty will not be eradicated for another 229 years. Oxfam is calling on governments to reduce the gap between the super-rich and the rest of society by reining in corporate power, fighting for higher wages, capping the pay of CEOs, and taxing the super-rich and corporations. A wealth tax on the world's millionaires and billionaires, they believe, could generate $1.8 trillion a year. Wilkista Nyabwa, CGTN.